among the many, many, many different things that the Suns have really shown to grow in from last season to this season has been their process as a whole, operating out of double teams, and that's something that was really came to the forefront in last night's win over the Indiana Pacers. So I wanted to break down 4 reps from yesterday's win. Two coming early on, and then two coming later, all involving different pairings, lineup wise, and different variations of spacing as well from the Suns. So let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. All right, we're gonna see Point McHale here. He's going to be initiating the pick and roll. This is their first possession of the game on offense. And I've spoken to them doing a lot of things to manipulate their way into really attacking in the middle third of the floor to generate advantages from that specific area of the floor. And that's what they would go to start the game here. So as we let it flow through some, we're going to see McHale receiving the screen here and pick and roll with Busy getting to his strong hand, his left hand. As that happens, they're going to pair this pick and roll with some roll and replace. So we get the roll here from Bismack Biyombo straight down the lane line in the middle of the floor. And then we're going to see the replace dynamic with Dario Saric popping up as Bismack rolls down to the basket on the 2-on. That's going to automatically open up Dario Saric to be the outlet man to spray. So he catches the spray pass out, and then he's going to do a great job of reading the defense. You can see McHale's telling him to kick it off of the spray to the corner to Torrey Craig there because he's wide open. But because Sarge has such great feel and he's such a good playmaker with his processing and ability to also deliver with that processing, he's going to wait for things to unfold with a little bit of patience. That automatically allows for him to see Damian Lee come wide open with a little bit of patience, as there's now two Indiana Pacers defenders in the paint to take over for the role from Biyombo, which is overhelp, obviously. And that leaves arguably the best three-point shooter this season in Damian Lee wide open on the kick, instead of the skip. And that's a wide open three-pointer for the Suns to start the game. All right, this next one here, we're going to see different pairing. We got Saban Lee this time. And we're going to see an empty side pick and roll. So as you can see, this comes in transition a little bit. And that entire side of the floor is empty aside from Bismack Biyombo setting a pick for Saban Lee. So Saban Lee initially had a turnover in his first possession as he was adjusting to the pressure being put on in pick and roll by the Pacers. This time around, however, he adjusted and he would get off it quick. And we will see the Suns playing the advantage after that as he sprays it over to McHale. And now McHale, the team's best playmaker in this rendition, is now able to play connector and make a +1 pass to then hit the roller. So they go spray and then hit the roller off of the spray pass. And then McHale beats the rotation. And then we're going to rewind this after Busy makes it, as something also that's important to know here from the Suns on the second side of actions. They do a good job of doing just little things to switch up the responsibilities of defenders. So initially here we're going to see it's going to be Josh Okogie's man who's the low man here initially, right? So as everything's going on up top and they put two on the ball and they rotate out and the Suns pass it and everything, we're going to see a slight exchange here from Damian Lee and Josh Okogie. That exchange also exchanges the responsibilities of both of these defenders. That allows for McHale to have just enough time to make this pass, and that also allows for that rotation. It makes it late. As you can see, the closest defender now being Buddy Hield is inside the restricted area against Biyombo, who's already caught the ball and gathered himself to then springboard himself to the basket, ward off the double team, and then finishes with the and 1. All right, and now these last 2 reps are going to come in the fourth quarter here. And we're going to see, again, more Point McHale here. This is going to be a drag screen set from Busy. They're going to put 2 on the ball. Busy's going to roll. McHale's going to do a good job getting off it early again. He's operating in the same manner that Devin Booker would be, speaking to the adaptability of not just him, also Bismack Biyombo, who's operating in a role that typically would be manned by DeAndre Ayton in a close game that's in the clutch in the last 5 minutes of the game. So all of these players are in different positioning, as well as Josh Okogie, who would typically be a role that Cam Johnson or Mikal Bridges would be in on the second side here of the screen. So we get to Busy. Mikal hits Busy on the roll in the middle of the paint. Does a good job getting off it quick to beat the rotation and beat the tag as no one tags Busy. And then Busy has the wherewithal to not force up a silly shot attempt or anything of that nature, but to go from roller to kicking it out to the second side And then the Kogi's wide open, and with his confidence and everything that I've written and spoken about ad nauseum for him, he knocks down this big-time shot in a string of big plays that he made in this game, this one coming on the offensive side of the floor. Again, speaking to the adaptability of all of the players from the Suns operating without some of the best players and primary ball handlers in this game. And then this final possession here is going to come. We're going to see, again, Point McHale this time. He's going to be with Jock Landale, however, instead of Bismack Biyombo, who was in on the last rep in around the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Now we're at under 2 minutes. And then this possession, this game is within 3 points at this point. So this possession is crucial. McHale comes off. He sees two on the ball. Gets off of it quick rather than holding it or retreat dribbling. Hits Jock Landale in the middle third of the floor. And now Landale is able to tap into one of his best skills as a playmaker, being able to play the connector here off the roll. So initially you see off the catch, he wants to go directly to the corner. They do a good job of taking away that angle in the corner and then forcing the Suns to play off of an extra pass, which hopefully will allow for the Indiana Pacers to get into their rotations off of that extra time that's bought, taking away that initial pass to the corner. However, because the Suns are operating at such a great frequency and adapting to different roles that they typically wouldn't be in, again, especially in crunch time, Okogie's able to take the +1 pass, and he adds another one on top of that to Ish Wainwright, and Ish Wainwright knocks down the biggest three-pointer of his career thus far, and in a role, again, that he's also not typically in. So this is just the Suns continuing to stay adaptable, as Monty Williams continues to emphasize in this window of play with the injuries that they've seen, and just really answer the bell and operating in a time-on-task fashion. Just great to see from this team as they continue to evolve.